Everyone, I'm Heather and I'm going to be doing tonight's session on knots, and then next week on the Zoom call I think we're going to be you're going to be demonstrating to show that you can do all these knots. So just practice at home and try and learn these knots. So what you're going to need is two pieces of rope, or I've got some shoelaces, some old hiking boot shoelaces, or even the ones off your shoes. They'll do. And then you're going to need a thinner piece of rope or shoelace, but don't matter if you haven't got that, because it's only for one knot, so you could just make do with these two pieces of rope. And then you're going to need a stick, or if you've got a log, but if you don't, you can just use a pen like me, because it's going to give the same kind of idea. So the first knot we're going to do is a reef knot, and the idea of this one is, so if you haven't got enough of the same rope, you're just going to have to basically it's just to tie them together to make it a bit longer. So what you do is make a cross, like so. Try and make them quite even. Cross, and then you're going to take this one, you go underneath like that, make something that resembles that, and then the same with these two bits at the top. Cross, round, and then just pull that tight, and then that shouldn't come undone. You just give it a pull. I'll show you again. So again, just make a cross, wrong way, cross, twist round, and then the same on the top, cross, twist round, and then just pull. And it should make kind of this shape like that, and then it should not come undone. Okay, so the next knot we're going to do is a timber hitch, and the idea of this is if you're carrying a big log and you could just drag it along the ground, you would use this kind of knot to drag it along the ground basically. And you're only going to need one piece of rope for this. So make a loop like that. Make it a little bit shorter so your end isn't too long. If you're using like a thicker twig or a log or something, you can make it a bit bigger. So we're going to do, just make a loop like that. I'm going to make mine here. Then you're going to feed this bit round the back and through the hole, and then just give that a pull, and then you should get something that looks like this. There is another way to do it, but I found this was the easiest way that I found. And then this bit here, we're going to pull that a little bit, and then we're going to go round and make three kind of twists almost on this bit. So 1, 2, 3. If you've got enough space, you can do like 4, but because mine's only a pen, I'm just going to do 3. And then you just pull that on this end here to make it all tight, and then just to secure it, we're going to do another knot down here, which you just go round the back and then through this loop here. You're just going to pull it, try and get all of it through. Mine's quite long, and then just pull that tight like that. And then the idea is you can just drag it along the ground and it should be quite tight, and as soon as you release the pressure it loosens quite easily, so you should be able to get it off. So that's the timber hitch. The next, again, you're going to need your pen or your stick or whatever you're using, is a clove hitch. So you're going to need to go round the back like this with this end that side, and then you're just going to create a cross like that. This needs to be a little bit longer actually, like that. And then we're going to go with this end, we're going to go round the back, and then this loop that we've just created, we're just going to push that through, and then you should get a knot. It looks like that. So it's like 2 bits with a thing going, with another bit going across it. I'll show you that one again because that one's quite easy. So round the back, create a cross, and then round the back again. Remember, this bit's going to be the one that comes through, so keep that looser for just now, and then we'll tighten it at the end. And then pull that nice and tight so nothing comes loose. The idea of that one is to fasten it to like a tree. It's just like a starting knot before you do your other knots. The next one we're going to do is a bowline. I think it's pronounced bowline, but that one I'll put the spelling up somewhere. This one's apparently used in rescue situations, so it might be an idea to learn this one in case you ever get trapped somewhere. Hope you don't, but just in case. So you're going to create a little loop like that, maybe quite far up just to make sure you have enough space. And then create another loop with this one, and you're just going to go in like that, and then you're going to go, so it looks like that, under here. This loop is getting smaller, so obviously if you're going to tie it around something else you need to make it bigger, and then again through the loop that we created, and then pull that. So you should get a knot that looks like that, and then this you would attach onto something. I'll show you that one again. So start with the loop here, so go in through that one. Remember, keep it quite tight the whole way. Under this one, through that loop again, and then just pull. And make sure it's quite tight, so you don't want anyone like falling out or whatever you're going to attach it onto. You don't want it coming loose. And then so that's how you do that one. And then the last knot that you're going to need to learn is a sheet bend. This is where you need to tie together two different thicknesses of rope. So I've got my other shoelace. So you can use a pair of rope, whatever you've got there, that will be fine. So with the thicker piece of rope, you're going to kind of create like a U shape that's like turned around. And then with the thinner piece, you're going to thread that underneath this one, over this one, and then pinch these two together underneath this. So you've got a shape that looks like that, and then underneath the thin piece of rope, and then you just pull the two thinner pieces of rope together, and then that should stay in place just like that. Again, I'll show you that one again. So create your U shape with the thicker piece, go under, over, like that, pinch these two together, underneath, and then underneath that one, and then just pull quite tight. And then it should look like that. And that was all the knots that you're going to need to learn for this section. So practice them at home, and then you can rewatch this video if you want to, and just try and remember them to the best of your ability. If you could remember what they were for, that'd be good too. So whatever you're going to be using them for, that'd be great. So if you're putting up a hammock, you'd probably start with like a clove hitch or something, and then again with the timber hitch, pulling the log, bowline, the rescue one, the sheet bend, tying the two types of rope together, and then the reef knot was tying the same type of rope together if you haven't got enough. So that's it for tonight. Just keep practicing, and bye.